One of the more exciting additions to Vintage has recently been that Mono Black Scam deck, and that Mono Black Scam deck got a brand new card in Avatar, May. I think she might just fit inside of a blue shell. All right, welcome back, Vintage Gamers. I have successfully survived listening to Twitch chat for the last 30 minutes, give the most heinous suggestions possible at all times. So, you know, average Wednesday stream. I am brewing a little bit here tonight with Mai. I haven't gotten to play any Mai in blue decks. This is Avatar card. It is 2/2 first strike. Whenever any player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life. So symmetrical, kind of like the old Cam Ball, very easy to cast, pretty good on the ground with first strike. And we are trying to, there's multiple ways to negate this symmetry, right? The most obvious way of negating the symmetry is simply being a more aggressive deck, or a deck that, I guess the most obvious way is to not cast many non-creature spells. However, not casting many non-creature spells does not typically make for a very good vintage deck. A second way is to make your deck very aggressive so that your life total getting lowered matters a lot less, especially if they're going to die first. And then a third way is to do something very silly like play cards that make it so you losing life isn't an upside. So we're doing a little bit of all three, I would say here. We are trying to make this Mai as strong as possible, putting it inside of an aggressive blue shell with Force of Will, because we want to play Vintage, and Force of Will typically allows us to play Vintage. So we're going to surround Mai with more creatures than normal in terms of 12 creatures in this deck. We're going to surround her with the creatures that like to attack in Psychic Frog, Orcish Bowmaster, and Death of Shadow. And then we're going to add in that little extra oomph here where we don't get to play Street Wraith in our Lurrus deck. So we're adding a little bit more ways to lose some life for our Death Shadow. So we do have Dismembers. We have the full set of Thoughtseizes. We have 3 Watery Graves. And now we have some extra Mais as well. This might still not be enough. It's always tough to try to run the Death Shadow deck without the Street Wraiths. The Street Wraiths were definitely a big part in making that playable, but if we are aggressive enough about it, I think it should work out totally fine. So I started at this list from the most recent True Hero attempt. True Hero is someone who spends at least some amount of time thinking about Death Shadow and putting together good Death Shadow brews in Vintage. He also streams, so if you want to check out his stream, you should. And so I started with his build, and we've just changed it up a little bit. Like cut some Tamios, got a little bit more aggressive, added some extra pieces of counter magic here, and then swapped up the sideboard to be more Lurrus friendly here with a bunch of spell bombs, needles, and cages. Vamp is pretty bad in the current metagame in general. So you don't really want this card against blue decks. You really want it when you're tutoring a hate piece. And so I'm going to bring it in when I think that I want to have more access to Null Rod or more access to Graveyard. And then I'm just going to put it in the sideboard instead. So is that all? I think that's all. Yeah, I kind of like this build. It should be fairly reasonable. Typically, the Death Shadow ends up being the weakest part of these kind of decks, so that might be the case again. But, surrounding these cards with Strip Mines and Psychic Frogs and Forces and Ponders and Thoughtseizes, so it should be very, very doable. So I will see you in round 1 of this Vintage League. Looking to play some paper Vintage? The next full proxy ELD Vintage opening is happening in Bellingham, Mass on February 1st. I'll see you there. All right, here we go with our Maze Death Shadow League. A couple more things to note that I didn't get to in the intro. You might be asking the question, do you want to Surveil Land in this deck? And the answer I came to was no. This deck wants to be casting blue and black spells on turn 1 and turn 2. And I think a Surveil Land would be prohibitive in that endeavor. Obviously, having a Surveil Land for later portions of the game would be very good, but I think the amount that this deck wants to be casting as well on turn 1 means you don't want a Surveil Land. And mostly along those same lines of reasoning, I don't think this deck wants a Saga either. I'm definitely going to be a Null Rod deck, and I definitely want to, like I said, be using blue and black things. I don't think I'll have time to be making constructs or anything like that. I actively don't think a Saga is very good in this deck either. So I'm choosing not to play Saga or Surveil Land in my May Death Shadow deck. I might just be pronouncing it both ways across the whole stream. It's fine. We'll we'll do whatever we feel like at the time. Gotta guard against that engagement somehow. It's certainly not gonna be with my play. All right, I've got a cat. My opponent says they just stumbled upon my channel today, so that should be fun. I have a Vexing Bauble, a Force, a Thoughtseize, a Shadow. This looks pretty good. I am going to lead on Thoughtseize over Vexing Bauble. Because I want to be able to force after anyways, so I think I'm gonna just use the Watery Grave. Gives me some options on my fetch in case I want to fetch a basic after. My opponent has 7-card Oath Show and Tell deck. So I'm going to take Show and Tell and leave them with Ancient Tomb, Soul Ring, and double Atraxa. What is going on here? Is this normal? I gotta make this nice and big, huh? I kind of like it, actually. I think this is the first time I've cast Thoughtseize since they changed it. Looks nice. All right, Show and Tell is gone. I still have Force, so I mean, this is why I don't like the Oath deck. It's just so fragile, right? It takes one Force to beat it, really. Obviously, like, this was not a very redundant hand, but like, these are the kind of hands you're priced into keeping as the Show and Tell A+B deck, and it's pretty tough. Underground Sea, Soul Ring, those are good. So, and I drew Emerald, so it's another dead card. So let's see. I can deal 13 damage. I can get myself to 13. Oh, Probe actually gets me everything right now. That's actually pretty sweet. I wouldn't. Yes, Thoughtseize was the card I used here, but if I simply didn't have a Thoughtseize and I forced their Show and Tell, would that not accomplish the same exact thing? So I don't think I'm casting Vexing Bauble here, so I can keep the Force up, but I do want to deploy this Death Shadow. So next turn I'll play Bauble maybe. I can also dress down an Atraxa on a Show and Tell, but it's not going to go super well for me because I still have to beat an Atraxa. My opponent does not currently have white mana, but they could theoretically start casting these Atraxas once they get 2 more colors of mana. All right, so let's play a Vexing Bauble, play a Death Shadow. I guess if I gained life somehow here, it'd be bad for me to play that pre-combat, so I should probably not play pre-combat, but I couldn't use Death Shadow to make these 13/13s. They drew green, blue, black. They still need white. So I think what we're going to do is crack our Bauble here so that we can theoretically draw a blue card to protect us, our dress down, from a hard cast Force on their side. Cool. So this looks lethal to me. Oh, wait, no, they have a Boseiju. I guess we'd rather them use the Boseiju then. I think we probably want to make them use the Boseiju. Still cantrips, and we can buy it back with Lurrus later, but this means we don't get to play Frog, so maybe it's worse. I kind of forgot about this interaction with Boseiju here. That definitely makes this line worse. Yeah, I should have... Are they hard casting Force on it? Okay, now they're dead because they didn't use the Ancient Tomb. Okay. I think my opponent could have sequenced this in a slightly better way. It probably just missed the Boseiju interaction entirely. And because if they didn't miss the Boseiju interaction and still wanted to force this, they could have used the Ancient Tomb. Oh wait, yeah, because they still would have had enough afterwards to Boseiju. So yeah, probably just missed this interaction. I actually think my play was kind of bad. I should have dressed down pre-combat so that I could draw a Watery Grave. Like a fetch land for Watery Grave. So yeah. I mean, I've played dress down in these decks before. I think it's pretty reasonable. It's a little clunky, but I mean, it's not like this is a new interaction or anything. All right, we don't actually have very much counter magic to bring in here unless we decide to bring in Consign. Not great. Boseiju, yeah, I guess that's true. But wouldn't we still rather have the ability to like lose a bunch more life? I think she still should have done a free combat. I don't know if No Rod is good here. Unfortunately, all of our cards are kind of bad into Oath of Druids. There's not much we can do about that. I did say in our opening of this video, I didn't say it, I said it to chat, not to YouTube, but if we've paired against Oath, we'll just die, is what I actually said word for word. I actually think Null Rods are quite good against my opponent's deck, because we have Wastelands and their deck is extremely clunky. I am definitely not bringing in Needle for one Boseiju or one Oko, or two Boseijus and one Oko. I think these are extreme overboardings that you guys are going for. Probably going to take out Bobble on the draw, though. I think these Bowmasters are pretty bad, too. I'm going to have board in a Null Rod is what I'm going to do. I'd like to be able to play a restrictive game plan against my opponent. Go with this. I don't think these Null Rods are... I guess maybe we want Vamp for Cage, actually. Yeah, I probably should have brought the Vamp in as well. Just more copies of Cage. I'll do that then. Oh, I just forgot about Dismember because it was hanging up there. Well, we can use 2 Dismembers to kill our opponent's Atraxa. I don't know if this gets us as far as we need to go. I'll give it a shot, though. There's not that many Okos in opponent's deck, chat. There's like 1 Oko in the 75 tops. I don't know. You guys might have a different envisioning of what's in Oath of Druids right now. My opponent has mulligan to 5. Oko doesn't really win on the ground versus mono white is the biggest reason. He's also a bit clunky. He's not a bad card. I played an Oath prelim off stream where I went 3-1, and Oko, the 1 Oko was quite good, actually. But I also played against like Eldrazi nonsense, so that helped. My hope here is my opponent has to mulligan pretty tough, pretty hard to find their working hand, and then we hopefully can tear it apart with Thoughtseize into Wastelands. And that way, and if they do have an early show and tell, we at least have a dress down, so. I don't think this is like a particularly convincing plan, but it is something. Because we'd have to still draw like Dismember and have a creature or something like that, so. I don't think this hand is like particularly great, but I also don't believe it's a mulligan, is how I would do it. Whoa, we got Thoughtseized. I think you can play more than 1 in your Oath deck for what it's worth. I just, the stock list right now, choose to play 1. Can't Thoughtseize a Wasteland, though. Kind of a broken Magic card in that sense. In most senses, really. This card is not fair. I assume they're going to take Thoughtseize, but then maybe they'll take Dress Down. I don't know what their remaining 3 cards look like, so. I feel like most 3-card hands after this would want to take the Thoughtseize. Took the Mai. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to call that May. No follow-up mana. I'm going to Wasteland. I actually think Thoughtseize is quite good in Vintage right now. I know there will be some naysayers like Log, but you'll see a bunch of Thoughtseizes in good blue-black players lists. Hmm. We can't really... I guess we could theoretically... No, we can't really cover ourselves from Ancestral. I'm just going to Wasteland here. There's no one card they can draw here that would kill us, so... This makes our Thoughtseize a little bit better. Let's see. It's a pretty good one. Well, yeah, I mean, Thoughtseize has never been bad in Vintage. It certainly gets less powerful because of how good top decks are, but... Hmm. No, I don't think we want to Ancestral right away. I'm just going to take this Atraxa. They don't want to cast Bobble and crack it. Maybe they just don't want to get Wastelanded. It's a lot of counter magic. None of these are creatures. But pretty sure we just keep them all anyways. We've got a cruise coming. Fetches are happening. I guess that's a hedge means. Probably, I guess it doesn't matter. Bend a mental misstep. It's going to take them so much to recover from this. I think I just force this. So my daze is still online. They don't draw a card. Two cards left in their hand. Just gonna go Thoughtseize, Treasure Cruise, Wasteland. Stock up, Force of Will. I think I'm just gonna leave them with this Stranded Force still. I don't think I have any cards besides creatures that come back. All right, they're out of here. Rough introduction to the format, but it is what it is. We don't have great Oath Hate, but if they never cast Oath of Druids, then they're just playing Show and Tells. Our deck certainly has a lot of game there. All right, round 2. Might be another Oath player, so we'll have to see. Says force, pretty good. All right, doesn't tell us anything. Still doesn't tell us anything. Oath. It's pretty bad for me. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the dig through time. It's gonna be very hard for me to win with a resolved oath on turn 1 here. I don't exactly know how we're gonna win this game, but it's gonna have to be like 2 13 Death Shadows or something into, I don't know, some kind of into Time Walk, I guess. All right, I believe we've been vanquished. I believe we've died. Turn 1 oath with force backup into ancestor. Okay, I'm out. This is what I was talking about, CRK, about how we were not going to be beating oath. Not the card I'm looking for. Well, blue-black Lurrus is extremely bad against oath, so you can play the sacrifice card, you can play a bounce card, you can play, like, you have options, but all of them are kind of medium. It's better to just dodge. No, not really. If they have spirit tokens going, you're just gonna die eventually anyways. Obviously, we have Wasteland, so like that's not always true, but you really don't want to play dead cards if you can help it. But yeah. The main goal here is to not let the Oath of Druids resolve. But we were on the draw, and they had turn 1 with force backup, so sometimes you die. This seems pretty reasonable. We get to play turn 1 Null Rod with Daze backup, and then Wasteland, so... I really like Daze against the Show and Tell Oath decks. That deck is extremely Moxen reliant, especially if you start wastelanding them. If we can go Watery Grave and Daze it back to protect our Null Rod, it'd be pretty strong as well. I should have used the Scalding Tarn in case I wanted to fetch a basic off of this. I mean, I probably never do, but... All right, so they're going to be off to a nice slow start here because there's no fast mana. We have a Daze and a Wasteland to cover us. Now we have a Force to cover us. I can only get down to 14 life, so no Death Shadow yet. Hopefully they just fetch a Hedge Maze. They did not. Smart. I mean, if they have turn 2 Oath with Force backup, I'm going to die again, but not much I can really do about that. Strip mine. Yep. You got it. Floated blue. Who's the land remover now? Wasteland this thing from the beginning of combat. Okay, this lets me go to 15. Okay, all right. It's a good draw. It's all of our watery graves. Got a 1/1. It's bad against Oath of Druids here, but gotta get our clock in play somehow. All right, Ponder. I'm hoping we just draw a blue card. We wasteland this, then we have Force Days. That should be enough, I would hope. Shuffle. We've wastelanded a lot of lands already. Thoughtseize. Hell yeah. It's a pretty good one, too. I think my opponent clicked through that one because there's a Veil of Summer in their hand. Have they just been playing around Days this whole time? They have 2 Oaths. They've just been playing around Days this whole time. What a monster. Wait, they have Oath, and they have Blue Card, and they have Force, and they have Veil. They just wanted to wait it out. They also have 2 more lands. I think we're fucked. I think we're actually just dead. I'm just gonna take Force, I guess, but holy hell. They have no artifacts in their hand. All they have is lands, oaths, and veils. That's crazy. Oh, I mean, if they go for an oath this turn, I can daze the first one, and I'm gonna die to the veil on the second one, so. Unless I draw like a Thoughtseize or a Wasteland or something. Wow, that's an incredible hand against what I was trying to do here. Made my Null Rod look really bad. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. All right, we're gonna need some help off the top here. Could be a Wasteland. I guess the Wasteland doesn't help me. I need more than a Wasteland. I need a Wasteland and a blue card, I guess. Oh my god! Oh, yes. Good. That is a 4 Wasteland draw, you say? Yes. Well, good, good. That is what I asked for. I can't brainstorm pretty good magic card. Oh god. Oh boy. Brainstorm was so good there. What? They're casting Gaia's Blessing? All right. You got it. They're not afraid. They're not afraid. I have one more strip mine in my deck. Let it be known. The Wasteland, the Watery Grave replay changes the clock as well. They just have another fetch. Are they gonna cast it? Is it time? It's gonna have Force backup. Nope. Nope. Now an Oath doesn't do it. I think we won this game. I feel like if you replay this game with randomized library, I would win this game like 5% of the time. I needed exactly blue card Wasteland. I hit it. That's crazy. That is wild. That is, I've used all my luck for the rest of the year on that game, unfortunately. I guess I will take this bauble out and play what, man? These cards are all so bad. I don't know. I don't think Consign's like good enough. If I had like Momentum Breaker or like some way to deal with a Resolved Atraxa, maybe. But like on the draw, oh man, this hand sucks. Sag. Man, that opponent's hand was so good against ours, and if they had just jammed, they would have won the game. Hard to know that though, especially when you have a Veil. You're like, I don't want to waste it. But like, I think you always jam there because you have Oath and Veil backup. Like they had multiple Oaths, you know? Why does my deck stink? Chat. Chat. Think I'm dead. This dress down is not going to do anything. All my luck is gone. Take a draw. Ancestral? Mental misstep. They got me. Surely there are no better cards in my deck than Mental Misstep. Surely. Oh boy. Make your decision. Fair enough. Stock up. Nah, man. I can't allow that to happen. They forced back? All right. Come on, man. Please. Please give me a fetch land. Let me thought seize this person. Please. I need it. I need it. I need a fetch land. I'm so dead. Man, mulliganing twice stinks. Don't recommend it. Yep. Somehow it did not work out. Who could have seen it? Yeah. Yep. Imagine drawing Saga here, chat. Oh, they didn't kill us. That's good. Great. It doesn't mean I'm any less dead. Blue, green, oaf. Yeah. Not ideal. Now withdraw exactly Cage. Now we draw our Misty Rainforest. Yeah, of course, after it would be good. Show Abrupt Decay. Man. Not like this. Okay, I'm dead, chat. And this is why, CRK. And this is why. Next game, dude. There's no next game. We're dead. Bam. All right, here we go. Round 3. All right, Null Rod's good against a possible Raker gamer. Saga Gaming. Sol Ring Saga Gaming. Key Sol Ring Saga Gaming. I got Force Null Rod. I feel real good about this. Grim Monolith. Probably should have played that first. Don't you get more mana? Ooh, had to force that one. I guess I'm gonna keep this dress down in case they have Ancient Tomb. I feel like I kind of have to. Well, I guess I didn't have to. Still have to play Null Rod first, so I still have to beat one Sokka token. If they have an Ancient Tomb. Vexing Bauble. No land, no land, no land. I don't think we care if this completes, right? They just lose a land, so just deploy our May. I wish I had a frog instead of a dress down here. A frog is a lot better, but I don't know. I was kind of worried about having to play through an Ancient Tomb. It felt like a reasonable concern, yeah? Oh, they're off it! It's prompted a concession. It must be broken. It's certainly that card that prompted the concession and no other card that was in play. And this is why whoever asked me to cut Null Rod, this is why you do not cut Null Rod. Free. It's a free. Snuff Out's good here. Vamp is good here. Fatal Push is good here. Fork and Signs are good here. Oh, why do I have to board in 10 cards every time it's Raker? Every time it's Raker, I have to board in 10 magic cards. Probably just take out all the Death Shadows. Those are kind of bad, right? That's not overboarding. Like, I don't think that's overboarding. You think that's overboarding? I don't think it's overboarding. I'm definitely boarding in Consigns, Null Rod, Needle. Like, you want to not board in some of these cards? You want to not board in removal? I guess I could not board in removal, but... I don't think that's overboarding. Yeah, Bowmaster's extremely good against their deck. Their deck is based on Sensei's Divining Top combo, Scrawling Crawler, and the One Ring. Bowmaster is... This is one of the decks that I wanted to put the Bowmasters in my deck for. It's extreme. I guess Mai also stops the top combo, which is kind of cool. Yeah, we could probably cut a basic. Which basic do you want to cut, though? Shrimp. This looks good. Should I not die on turn 1? We'll be good. I can't. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Man, my deck does not play turn 1 Null Rod very often, chat. And I am just drowning in turn 1 Null Rods. Another Saga Gaming. Animals. Flush Rigger. Tezzy Boy. Just counter this, pitching Consign, and then play Frog Null Rod. Probably. This Fatal Push is a little sus, but it's a guy to do. I guess I get to hold my fetch land now, so... This does mean I run into Mindbreak Trap, though. Let's see if they have 6. They have 6. I'm not playing around it. I have 6. They have 6, so I'm not playing around it. I love Raker Shops. Raker Shops makes me feel better about any deck I play. It's beautiful. All right, here we go. Round 4. I got a cat. Like, if you play in turn 1 Null Rod and your opponent plays, like, a Scrawling Crawler off of Workshop, like, that's a pretty good way to fight through it. Like, your deck is still going to be a lot worse than normal, right? But, ooh, a Lurrus matchup. Let's go. You can play a Lurrus Mirror, finally. This hand is not great unless my opponent is playing Frog, because the Dismember is dead against a bunch of the combo Lurrus decks. I'm going to go with Island Ponder. Call me Bosch and roll, baby. Frog Force. Interesting. I don't know if that's actually good here. I guess I could keep Force above Frog, hope to Wasteland, and then I'll have Force backup for Frog when I draw it. Maybe that's probably worth keeping, right? Especially if my opponent ends up being on PO. I'm not, like, super thrilled about that Ponder for what it's worth. Okay, that's a Wastelandable land. That's good. Hopefully they don't have Ancestral. That would be bad. They're just casting Ancestral into Island. All right. That makes my plan a lot worse, I must say. I want to cast Ancestral again. That was fun when I did it. Strip mine. Chat. Chat. What? Chat. Chat. Got strip mine on my basic again. Again. Oh, my opponent pitched Mana Drain to hand size. That's interesting. Something to think about. Ooh, that's a good draw. Get in there. May. I actually think that's a great draw. All right, this is interesting. Let's see how this game plays out. We did lose, we are behind in Ancestral here. Lorien. Oh, Fatal Push on May. That's fine. Lose 2 life. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Basic Swamp Mana Drain, huh? I have to force this if I want to dismember it, so guess I'm forcing this. Oh, they're just cool with it. Not a great sign. Ponder. I'm in. Ooh. Ooh, don't mind if I do. My turn. I don't think so. I feel like there are much more important things than forcing there. Everyone's got more lands, I guess. I also kind of wanted to bait a counterspell out of my opponent so that I could dismember the frog if I needed to. Yep, another Fatal Push. So they put a Mana Drain inside of blue-black. Interesting. Don't know if I agree with that idea. All right. If my opponent plays a frog here, they will go down to 3 cards and dismember will work. Oh, they're out of lands. Oh, okay. Things are working out. I've drawn pretty well this game. I haven't drawn Ancestral, but I've drawn pretty well. She's back. Part 2. Oh, Fatal Push. What format am I playing, man? Why do they have so much creature removal? No, on color Mox Jet, Time Walk. On color Sapphire by Lurrus. Oh no. Frog? Frog's not bad. They forced it. Now I can kill Lurrus. Big. Big. There's nothing they can rebuy. There's no way they have another force. There's simply no way they have another force. Nice. Shadow. I still have another 3 damage I can do. We do not have a Scryland. Shadow number 2. Six. It's in. Another one? Another one. These are pretty bad in the Bowmaster, huh? He's going the distance. He's going for speed. He's all alone. I need a beer. I can do that. I'm an adult. Ah. And a chocolate. Opponent put a Saga in the yard. And both of these shadows are lethal. So they're going to need a Bowmaster here. All right, Bowmaster. Makes sense. You're gonna make my shadows bigger? There's 7/7s now. Don't know if that's particularly relevant, but... All right. A way we could die in this game is a second Bowmaster into a Twister. All right. I'm gonna go buy Lurrus, who can't return anything right now. But there are frogs and mines in our yard. Oh, no! Second Bowmaster. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nope. Edge. It's a beautiful thing. Got Scurry, though. I gotta keep that in mind. So. Mystical Dispute. That looks pretty good. Snuff Out. That does not kill anything. Fatal Push. Pretty good. Spell Bomb could be interesting here. Needle. A possibility, but probably play all the same cards. Null Rod can go. Negation can go. Daze can go. Maybe Bobble can go. Maybe not. Maybe Bobble can go. That was pretty sweet. That was a game. We beat an Ancestral Resolving, didn't we? We did. We just hadn't got paired into Oath. We'd be having a great league. All right, all right, all right. What do I got? Okay. Those are Magic the Gathering cards. I can't hate that. Keep. Those Death Shadows were big. Death Shadow actually has been pretty good so far. Can't complain too much. Uh-oh. Well, pretty sure I'm just going to fetch a basic island and cast this Psychic Frog. I don't think I have the luxury of playing around here. Just getting forced, huh? Force pitching Spell Pierce. Wait, they didn't Spell Pierce the Jet? Interesting. I feel like that's the kind of spell you want to Spell Pierce. Sewers. Okay, Wastelanded. Put a card on top. Oh, Wasteland of their own. Lou. 5, Lorien. Fair. Draw 3. I don't know. That could go bad for them. Chat. Chat helps. Lotus. Interesting. I think Wastelanding is better than going Lurrus. Yep. It was... means they have a Bowmaster. Am I supposed to wait? Or is it better to just play my Bowmaster? It's fine. Drawing pretty well. I'm not gonna play this Strip Mine now because I don't want them to be able to Wasteland and turn on Fatal Push. I guess it doesn't matter if they have a Fatal Push because I'm playing a Frog. But I also don't want to get my Strip Mine Wastelanded, so I want to hold it for a blue card. Fatal Push on my Frog. Oh, nope, just Bowmaster on their Bowmaster. Oh, long goodbye on my Frog. All right, goodbye, Frog. We were here for a good time, not a long time. You protected their cat well. Bye, Lurrus. They have Lurrus Lotus. What do I want to do? Just play my own Lurrus, put this member back up? Probably. They also can't cast Lurrus yet is a true statement. That is a very true statement. They can turn on Revolt by Wastelanding my Strip Mine, though. Now they can cast Lurrus. I think I am just dismount. I don't even think I'm going for Death Shadow stuff. I think I'll just pay the full. Oh, I guess I run into days by paying the full. I should have paid 2 life. Sorry. That's my fault. I definitely made that mistake there. Looks like they're gonna delve. Unfortunate, but not much I can do about it. Dig here. Oh, Treasure Cruise is good for me. Pew, pew, pew. They kind of need... I mean, they don't have a way of getting another black source, right? They've used their Lotus. Oh, they can Time Walk. Oh, Wan Shitong. Okay. I wanted to hold the second Bowmaster, but maybe I didn't need to. Yeah, I mean, it would have been pretty good in Treasure Cruise, right? Yeah, I probably should have just paid the 4. Yeah, I agree. It was bad. Killing this Bowmaster means I can replay a Bowmaster from my yard, killing Wan Shitong and killing him with Frog. Sure. None of these spells really change the situation here. But yeah, definitely should have played second Bowmaster. Would have been pretty good. I guess I don't even have to jump this unless they play another Bowmaster. I can just force a Bowmaster. I also can just jump this. Like, it doesn't matter. All right, the better blue-black Lurrus deck wins. All right, here we go. 5th and final round. We are 3-1 with our Death's Shadow deck. This is a great looking hand. Keep. Bow. All right, Wasteland and a pitchable blue card. Seems reasonable. Oh, I don't know why I held the Monk's Jet, but surprise him. They'll never see it coming. Tundra? Pearl? Lavinia? Turn 1 Lavinia. Seems bad for me. Almost got max punished for holding onto that Mox Jet. Wait, so what is turn 1 Lavinia no Lurrus? What does that even mean? I think I'd rather buy Lurrus than play into a Spell Pierce Flusterstorm there. Wastelands as well. White. March of the Otherworldly Light. Prismatic Ending on my Jets. I think that's fine. Tinker Initiative does sound right. Cruise your daddy. Got Spell Pierce covered. Don't have Force covered. Pitching Snapcaster. All right. Well. Can't buy Lurrus, so I'm kind of scared. Teferi. That's not good. That's a pretty bad draw. Chat, I'm looking a little dead. Big blue control. Rip its stock up. You don't need a Lurrus, chat. Just play Teferi. Just play turn 1 Lavinia. I guess I had to mental misstep this prismatic ending, but I kind of wanted to hold it for Swords to Plowshares. It felt like a better use of my mental misstep, but big blue control, huh? Damn. Yep. Yep. So dead. We've been bested. Damn. Teferi's unbeatable. It's all because I had to force a turn 1 Lavinia, man. This doesn't actually help me, though. This doesn't actually do anything. Red? We're just big Jeskai managing stuff? Jesus. What are you doing with your mana drain mana? Standstill? Like, where are we at in life here? 6? Kick a Thunder Trap Trainer. Ah, yes. Finally a card that makes mana drain playable. We failed to find, and we got a force. Death's Shadow. And 2 fetches. Yeah, I don't think that's doing it. I think we need Ancestral Recall. Unlucky. Unlucky. When are they going to play 5 mana Teferi? That's what I want to know. Thunder Trap Trainer. It's mana drain off of Thunder Trap Trainer. Time Walk. Wait, I think we figured out how to make mana drain good. Instead of playing bad cards like Gifts Ungiven, we play good cards like Thunder Trap Trainer. You know, that's pretty smart. Pretty smart. Not bad. Probably have to cast Dismember on one of these Thunder Trap Trainers at some point here. No, that's my Death Shadow. Why'd you do that? That was rude. Man, I've never been so dead in my life. Slow and painful otter beatdown. Discard to hand size. Discards dig through time to hand size. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not discards dig through time to hand size. Negation? Oh, mana drain my dismember. You got it. Good evening. My opponent is having way more fun than I am. I can't even, like, protect this from a Flame of Anor. Sag. You got me. I guess I should just kept the Dismember in hand to protect myself from Flame of Anor. Oh, I'm dead. Teferi number 2. Boop. All right. Well, I did not expect for what happened in this game to happen. I was not ready for that life. I was not prepared. But the good news, is there good news? I'm not actually sure there's good news. Hold on. The good news is it gets better post-board for me, probably, somehow. Yes, yes, of course. This looks good. All right. Run it. That was a beating. Strictly a beating. Pedro. Is this too many lands, chat? Or can I rock with it? Lean with it, roll with it, rock with it. This is 3, 6, 8 damage. It's probably fine. Tap land. Only I could capitalize on such a thing. Ooh. I don't mind that. My. Damn. Saga Gaming. It's pretty good against what I'm doing here. Time Walk. Thunder Trap Trainer. Daze you. Synergy. Ooh. I think I'm going to hit the Meticulous Archive. Bam. Not bad. Take 2. I guess if I get Swords on my Death Shadow here, it's bad for me. But I guess that's always bad for me, right? All right, Swords on my Mai, it's bad for me. But I think that's just always bad for me, so... Time Walk? Another Thunder Trap Trainer. I guess if I played another Watery Grave, then it wouldn't happen. What'd they get off this? They got a Swords to Plowshares. Oh boy. Look at that. Combo. Hey, synergy. Synergy. Look at the combo, chat. Look how much damage I'm dealing. Just taking it to the face. All right, I don't know if it's awesome. It's certainly something. Pearl, swords. Force your swords. What a stack. Pyro, my force. All right, all right, all right. I get all my life back. They don't get any of their life back. I still have a million play. I don't know. Looks kind of good. That was like a really good exchange for us, yeah? It's gonna be really hard for them to play the game with this in play. Can't block it because it's a 2/2 first striker. Why can't I buy Lurrus? Oh. Wrong zone. Weird. How many more spells? Only one more spell. You got a swords? Teferi? Flame of Anor. Not a bad draw. I was trying to beta force, and then I was gonna ancestral. There's no combination of fast mana I could play my Mai out of my yard, so I'm just gonna cast my ancestral now. I guess they can have a negation. Oh, they have force. So they just chose not to force Lurrus. They have another removal spell. Oh, I mean, that's a bad thing for me, for sure. No more fetches, though. Right. They should probably not attack with Trainer, so like I can't play Death Shadows. And they have Treasure Cruise follow-up. Pretty good. Flame of Anora is a broken magic card, chat. That card is so broken. People don't understand. It's so strong. Brainstorm? Sure. Give it a shot. No, I'm completely serious. People like really underestimate that card still. Like I'm telling them it's the reason, it is like the reason to like that you play red at all in these PO decks. It's super gross. I'd love to cut red from I'd love to play just Esper PO, but Flame is too good. Also makes your trainers even better. My opponent somehow is getting more mana even though they can't do anything. This is kind of what I thought was going to happen on this turn, so I was prepared. A Bowmaster kills them. I only have 2 of those in my deck. Wait, I thought I ordered Dress Down second. Chat? Did I not order Dress Down second? Oh, well. It's not bad. No, it's really bad. I'm dead. They just found 3 more mana without ever having to fetch again. All right, that's a plan. We have a plan. So you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. That's not it. I had 9 attacks. It's fine. They're gonna have like triple mana drain in their hand. Well, we took them off red mana. And they have another flame. I'm dead. You don't get any satisfaction for killing that. None. I'm also not casting those Thoughtseize, though. No, now they know I have a Thoughtseize. Yeah, bigger blue deck. Our pathetic tempo deck got faced up against actual factual control in the year 2026. Ooh, Bounce Thunder Trap. Look at that, chat. This card is so good. Force of Will. Oh, man. The value. Maybe they'll fetch for us. Play another game. All right. Thoughtseize you. Show me your secrets. Okay. Still show me your secrets. Okay, don't show me your secrets. Fine, I don't care. Frog Force. All right, well, these are not getting the job done here. Neither is Polluted Delta. Yes. Yes. They can bounce their trainer back again. They didn't even attack with it. They're gonna use the mana drain mana to kick a trainer. Now there's 2 trainers. Did they just make red mana off of Black Lotus to cast 4th Aerlingas? Jesus. They don't even have Volks back left in their deck, probably. All right, our deck was thoroughly bested by the big blue control deck here in the year 2026. We got a nice 3-2 finish. I actually think that this was by far the best matchup for our May. May did really well on that one, and it was pretty good. Like, it really clocked our opponent. It made our Death Shadow bigger. It was really cool. It worked out really well. I do think that this is an idea. Like, the idea of an aggressive blue-black deck using this card should work. Is Death Shadow the correct creature to use? Maybe not. But it wasn't even bad. Like, this league, the Death Shadows were all fine. We were never stranded with Death Shadows in our hand. Our Death Shadows were big attackers. So I think it was totally reasonable. Yeah. I give this deck a solid 3 out of 2. See you next week for or Friday or Monday, Wednesday, Friday for new vintage videos. See you then.